Okay, so here is the way to use Canva's Magic Write feature, which I think is probably the best way to kind of do so, um, and probably the way that you might use it in the future as well. And I'll kind of just show you how it's used, just so you have a better idea. So the best way to do this is go to Doc, create a new doc. From here is where I usually input my text or my input to actually create. Say, for example, I do a lot of social media writing or writing for press releases and social media copy. So a lot of that I will either create or have a lot of that content from a separate source, or just write a few sentences and think about letting this do its kind of thing for what I need. So say for example, the best way I'd explain it is, say you start like a new role at a agency or whatever, and they sort of get you to start working on the social media. It's probably the best way I'd probably set an example, but the best way you can kind of help starting out if you've got a Canva Pro account is if you hit Magic Write and then go across to social media captions. So this is where you can kind of just write down what you need here, or hit on any of these hot topics to sort of get started. So say I hit social media captions, it's going to give you the best sort of format to prompt the writer. So the way that sort of works is you've got your task, which is to summarize in one sentence. Then each of the following three sentences or paragraphs, I should add, highlight requirements, requirements again, and then the way that AI should format the content. So the two, I guess, body text requirements are just general requirements for what you should have, and these serve as a good example of how long they should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to generate this and let Canva do its thing in this format. Yeah, so there you go. So 5 captions, 30 to 50 words each for online commerce store launching all natural chip brand. So there you go. So if you're happy with this, or say for example you're not, if you're happy you can just hit insert or copy it. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to do much. You can do this, and this is what I'm going to do. Launch of a new which are called so basically the post is going to be rewritten to advertise the opening of a new primary school, and the awards being given out as freebies, and they're called prize awards. I don't know, just see what it does. Yeah, these are actually quite good. But say for example you've done your captions but you're not really happy with it, this sounds a bit too generic, especially the first one. Yeah, the third and the last seem a bit okay, but we're going to add a bit to it. We're going to go this, but we're going to add a bit more context to it. And this is where you can kind of mold the AI to improve its output for each time that you input more info, essentially. So I'm just doing this, I guess, in summary the long way. But I recommend following the prompt template that Canva kind of gives you to really flesh it out that first only time. If you want to get it done in one go, that's probably the best way to do so. Which is for, let's just say, primary school students between kindergarten and 6. All right, let's just see what it does. There you go. But in this instance, it hasn't divided them into tables because I think each of the captions is a bit longer than 30 to 50 words. So you can see it's sort of it's sifting through each of the prompts that I've actually done so leading up to this point. So if I insert this, I'm just going to read this properly. Yeah, so it's got the prize awards and it's kept the primary school and the prize awards segment in each of these sentences. So obviously you can see the spelling is US, which I actually don't know how to change in this instance. I'm probably gonna say in the editing there's probably a way, but yeah, just gonna leave that for now. But you can kind of see how this helps write some of that content. If you want to edit the output that Canva AI sort of gives you, you can highlight it and just go magic write once more. And you can just go rewrite. But say you want hashtags at the bottom of each caption, you can go this, but we're just going to keep it simple. Add hashtags and emojis. Beautiful, there we go. Yep, that's a bit better. Hashtags are usually at the bottom with a bit more of an emoji, which is quite good. This is probably as long as I would keep social content or copy. Yep, I'm just going to try that. So it has the track changes sort of option in Canva as well. So it's quite robust. I think it's pretty good. So save it there for a grand opening. Yep, and then our new primary school's ready to accelerate. Highlight training, perseverance. Together, we're shaping bright future children. Yep, perfect. And then I'll like add a mention or primary at our new blah blah blah. Well, I'm not gonna. So you can add. I usually add tags in the copy, but depends on what you're after. But there you go. So you got a bit more of a fleshed out. So you can read each one and kind of go through and make your edits as you need. Because I obviously wouldn't use the AI copy word for word, but this is kind of a good way to sort of get used to writing copy a bit quicker if you're needing it and you need it in a bit of a pinch. So yeah, hopefully this kind of helps. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you need help writing or that sort of thing as well, just leave a comment and I'll try and get in touch. Thanks.